Hi guys, it's Be Happy. Today I am going to complete the analysis of Sam and Colby's Witches Forest. So I did the first 3 parts, I'll link it down below in another video, and now that the other 2 parts are out, I'm doing part 4 and part 5. So this is a disclaimer for you. If you haven't watched those videos, then go watch them unless you're gonna be spoiled. And now, let's get into the Witches Forest. Okay, so part 4 is probably the crazier one, and the craziest part yet from there. And honestly, I had to watch it like 4 times before making this, because there's so much to talk about. Okay, so in part 4, Colby comes back because in part 3, at the end of it, he got lost, and this is like one of the most stupid things the boys have done. He runs to the forest because he thinks that he saw something, and Sam and Jake run after him, and then they lose him because they saw something else, and he didn't hear them, and he thought they were behind him. But then he found the path and came back. But the hilarious part about that is, when Sam and Jake come back to the campsite, or whatever at this point, they're like shouting with Corey at this point, being like, Colby, come back to the fire! And the fire's already out. They put the fire out before they went into the forest with Colby. And I'm like, that's just, how can you not notice that?
Dude, what the f do we do? No, this is serious. What do we do?
We have to find him. Well, let's put out the fire. Let's go find him.
It's the only thing. What else is there to do?
Okay, put out the fire.
Can I just pour this whole thing?
Yeah. Okay.
Dude,
where's the top? Is there a top to it? We can't have all the smoke.
Wait, when was the last time that you guys saw Colby? Like, how far were you guys
running with him, and then we saw something ourselves, and then Colby just kept sprinting, dude. It was like he was messing with us. He just kept going. He won't even listen to us.
Colby! Colby! Go back to the fire!
They literally put the fire out, and then they started shouting, Colby, come back to the fire. Like, what's he gonna come back to? How was he gonna see the fire? That, I think they could have kept the fire going. Just if that was gonna happen, they would rather keep the fire going. Like, that's what I would do. And then Sam and Jake see something hanging from that tree, and I have no idea what that was. Honestly, even if you zoom in, you can't see it, but from their words, it looked like a toy baby that was hanging from the tree, and it was moving. I don't understand how can 2 22-year-olds be scared of that, but well, at this point, I guess they're in the forest, so whatever, and I'm gonna show you that right now.
Moving. No, it is moving!
I looked at it, and my first thought that it was a baby.
Find that baby thing, whatever, and they stop, and Colby thinks they're behind him, so he keeps going, and like, dude, turn around, please. Because before that, they were literally shouting, Colby, stop, stop, stop. And when he stops hearing their voice, like, doesn't he turn around to see where they are? To notice that they're not there anymore? How can you keep going and, like, not even, like, feel that those 2 aren't there anymore? That was weird, but... and then... when they are in the tent after that, and they're talking and stuff, Sam hears Corey's name, and by Sam's description, it sounds like Corey. That sounds so weird. And if you remember that in the parts before, Corey also said that he heard his name, and it's not the first time. Whenever they do a haunted hotel, somehow, at some point, Corey hears his name being said, and I don't know. I mean, they do haunted stuff, so I am just surprised at the fact that they're surprised that like they hear their names. Because like if I were haunted, I wouldn't think that it was a crazy thing if someone called my name and no one's there. I would be like, oh, well, you know, a ghost, because I'm haunted, because I do this stuff. So it's just not that surprising. So I don't understand their reactions to that. And Jake was being the most clever one out of them. So Jake's usually, like, let's say the stupid one, quote unquote. I love you, Jake. But he like goofs around usually in his videos mostly, right? In these videos, he was the one to tell them to calm down. And that was like a good thing, because they were just freaking the hell out, and Jake was the one to tell them to calm down, and I loved that someone's doing something, you know? And after that whole thing, they decide to leave the stuff there. Wow. Like, I would have taken that. And they decide to go to Jennifer's cabin and stay the night there. Which, makes sense, yes, but then when they get there, Sam understands that he lost the key. And at this point, Corey just starts blaming Sam for losing Colby, losing the key, and like everything that's going on. I didn't like that as much, because I think, like, first of all, Sam didn't quote unquote lose Colby, right? Colby was the one who ran. So Sam didn't lose Colby, you know? Like Colby isn't like a 2-year-old kid. He can go off on his own, and still it was stupid to go off on his own, but Sam didn't lose Colby. Key? Understandable, yes. But there's this huge thing going on where Corey is blaming Sam for losing the key, and Colby's blaming him too. Like after the whole thing, it's just the key was last seen in Colby's hand. Colby was the one who had the key, so Sam didn't lose it. That was a whole thing. Sam was looking for the key in his pocket, which was very stupid, because like my keys, I literally keep them in my backpack, and I have a special place in my backpack where I keep my keys so I won't lose them. I never ever put not money, not my keys in my pockets. I don't do that. If I'm going out and I'm like wearing jeans and I can put my keys in the pocket, no. I take a small bag. Like, I'll take a bag, you know? Just so I won't lose it. So, that was kind of stupid of them to like keep the key in their pocket, because like they were freaking sleeping in the tent. Like, they laid down there. So obviously it could have been gone with the tent. And it's a forest, at night. There's no way they could have found it. That's a weird thing. But passing on after that, they go to the witch's house, the Wiccan's house. They decide to, and of course, like they decide to call her at freaking 3 a.m. Not mentioning that they're already in front of the house, but they're calling her, which was weird enough at that point. But then, like, she comes up with friends. That's weird. And so, okay, Colby calls her, and she's not taking, and then they see 5 people, like, in hoods coming up, and it's dark and they can't see. They turn all the lights off in the car, and they just hide. Who does that? Like, I understand that it's like a creepy neighborhood or whatever, but what if those people were just walking, you know, and they were just gonna pass them and go? Why do you like freak out all of a sudden? Forgot to mention, it was raining, so obviously they were wearing their hoods. Like, what is there to freak out about that? Because Sam was like, there's 5 people and they're wearing their hoods. Yeah, it's pouring outside. Of course they are.
Quick update, we're right in front of the witch's house. Colby, you giving him a call?
Yeah, I'm trying to find her number really quick.
It's like 3 a.m. Is this creepy, being outside someone's house?
It's not answering.
Creepy.
Should we go up to her door? We really need...
Yo.
It's like 10 people.
Oh my god! Wait, get down.
Yo, put the camera down.
I'm trying. I'm just gonna... I gotta get it. Holy f***! There's 5. Holy f***! Yo, they're coming towards the car! What do we do?
Yeah, I wear my hood when I go out. That's a normal thing. So, I don't know. I think the freaking out was, at that point, not necessary. But then, that's all happened in part 4, and at this point, I'm passing on to part 5. So, part 5 from now. In the start of part 5, the Wiccan comes up to the car and she's like, oh, Sam and Colby. And at this point, they're freaked out. She's freaked out. Like, what are you doing in front of my house? Dudes. And they tell her they lost the key, and they look around at her house thinking they might have left it there, but they didn't. And then, what do they decide to do? They decide to go back to the forest. That's the most stupid thing. Like, okay, you lost the key, that's like bad enough. At that point, you should just go home. And honestly, with editing and everything, you literally wouldn't even know. Like, they could have wrapped it up very, very fast. And no one would actually know that they didn't stay overnight because editing. But no, they decide to do it. They decide to go back to the forest. Go back, you stupid ass. And like, even if that was weird enough, like for me, please tell me, who just walks around at 3 a.m. with a bunch of friends? Like maximum 1 a.m., 2 a.m., I say good. But when you are a Wiccan and you know that 3 a.m. is witch's hour. Wait, actually that makes sense because she's a Wiccan, so at 3 a.m. obviously she'd be up, I guess. But still, like up with her friends and outside the house, that's weird. You know, like there was one time that I came back home at 4 a.m. and that was the one time that I did that, and that was Halloween. I was at a party, and like the only time, and it was Halloween. Other than that, if I stay out long, I'm home by 12:30. As late as possible. 12:30 a.m. I'm already home. There's no way I'll stay out longer than that. No way. And she just goes, walks around with friends and scares the boys, and then the boys scare her. That's just, I mean, I guess like it comes from the person and stuff, but still, like, why would you ever walk around that late? I just don't get that, you know? That's just weird. And then after the whole thing, they go there and they stay in the tent, they just talk and stuff. Corey tells like a story about witches, about them. It was funny, yeah. And then they hear the pot moving, and they're like, oh, that's where we burned the stuff. So if you remember, I told in the first part of this that the ritual that they did not work because they did it wrong. I mean, they just find it in the internet and you don't even do enough research on it and then you just do it. So technically what they did it wrong, and the ritual didn't work, and you're not supposed to burn that stuff and everything. I'll link my video down below, okay? I'll link the boys' channel down below too, obviously. But they hear the pot moving and they're like, that's the pot. Corey notices it. And what did we do? We burned stuff in there that we weren't supposed to do. And after that, it's so hilarious that they're like, what did we do wrong that the pot's moving? I don't know, you did a ritual wrong? Like, how can you not even think of that? But that was hilarious, I guess, in a way. So, Sam thinks that they're haunted. It's, how many haunted videos have they done? Please, like, list them. And Sam still thinks that they're haunted. I can tell you right now that they are. This is not a thinking thing. No, they are haunted. Please, like, it's easy to understand. And when they're going back home later, which is already about 9 AM, Corey gets another unknown, like, call.
No way!
Say that.
Wait. Okay, wait.
Wait, answer it this time.
You said you're gonna do it.
Answer it this time.
We're 4.5 drive.
I don't even think I can drive that far. Dude, I was about to fall asleep in the tent.
Oh my god.
Dude, look how narrow this path
It's
is.
so narrow and skinny.
Oh,
Yo, look.
that sounds like somebody's trying to prank us. That's somebody trying to prank us.
hang on.
I can't see anything.
What the?
Yo,
Sam!
What? No caller ID!
I'm not answering it.
if I get a call, I'm throwing my phone out the window, bro. I swear.
Dude, what the f, Sam?
It's only you two. I've never gotten a call before.
Me neither.
Hey, you gotta tell me.
Which tends to happen a lot to Corey. Okay, so I film this video, I edit this video, I upload this video, and then I delete this video because in Elton's video that he posted on Saturday, Corey got 2 more calls from unknown numbers, which started to happen to him on haunted grounds after Biltmore when he picked up the phone. So I'm just gonna show them to you now.
What? No, it's not me. It's just I don't want to ask it a question, so please don't ask it a question.
I'm with him. I'm Team Corbin.
That link's coming through so fast.
Who's calling?
You have service? You have service here?
I don't have.
What? Just a blocked number. You're not gonna take that? No. I don't.
Are you hitting a fucking call right now, for real?
What? Oh my god, this happens. That happened before. Yeah.
Pick it up.
Was it the same? Was it no caller ID?
I guess it's understandable. That has happened to him every single time they went to a haunted place. He's gotten a call, and he got calls, and the forest too. I've put them in the one before, in the other video. So he gets a call again, and he says that he's not gonna do a haunted video with them again, and that's where everyone is very sad and all, and then the boys say that they need to go back to their roots and stuff to figure out if they're haunted or not. Yes, you are haunted. And they decide to go back to Kansas, because that's where they're from, and Jake's from there too. I don't know why they decide to do that, but well, whatever. I mean, there's a lot of haunted places in Kansas too. And when they do, then Colby posted 2 tattoos, and on Twitter he wrote, "We're no longer in Kansas." So my idea was that apparently he got the tattoos in Kansas, if he wrote that. I don't know, possibly. So there's that, and everyone's been comparing Colby's tattoo to Shawn Mendes' tattoo, because he has that bird also on his hand, but whatever. Like, he liked it, he did it, and I absolutely love those tattoos. Yeah, and this was the analysis of the Witches Forest Part 4 and Part 5. There wasn't as much as in other parts, I guess, but still, I hope you liked it. Like this video if you like Sam and Colby, and subscribe to me down below, and turn on the notification bell, and also follow me on my other social media if you want to see more. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!